Welcome everybody, gather round. It's time for another game review with my trusty AI companion Belvedere. Do say hello.
Sup, homies.
Quite. I've sent the game file to you, my friend.
Received, sir. Loading now. I see you had the white pieces, and opened with e4.
Then what?
Our opponent responds with e5. You play knight c3, the Vienna. They respond with bishop c5, the Anderssen defense. You play knight f3, attacking their e-pawn. They defend with d6. You take the center with d4. They captured with e takes d4. You recapture with the knight. They add another attacker to your knight on d4. You pin them with bishop b5. They unpin with their bishop. You take their knight. They recapture. Here you played bishop e3. Our opponent responds with knight f6. You castled kingside. They do the same.
So that's the opening done then. How am I looking?
You have maintained equality here, sir. I imagine any move now, you're going to start with the funky stuff.
Funky stuff?
Yes, sir. Moves that would make any rational being question whether you have recently spent time in Arizona licking desert toads.
Oh, that funky stuff.
From here, you played knight f5. And our opponent captures our bishop on e3.
Yes, you see, here I had a great idea. To take back with the pawn, opening my rook to add a defender to my knight.
There it is, as funky as a slapped bass. Your great idea to weaken your king and create double isolated pawns instead of keeping it simple and recapturing with your threatened knight is an inaccuracy, sir. Our opponent adds an attacker to our pawn on e4.
Yes, now here I'm sure I had a great idea. To sacrifice a knight for a pawn, drawing their king out. I'd been watching videos about Grandmaster Tal, you see. Thought I'd give it a go.
As funky as a sequin jumpsuit, sir. Tal would notice sacrifices that led to some benefit to his position. While fun to watch, sir, I cannot recommend you try to recreate. Your best move here was as simple as centralizing your queen and connecting your rooks. Here, our opponent does indeed capture the knight with king takes g7.
Yes, well, here I really did make a monumental boo-boo. I wanted to get my rook to the g-file, so I played rook f3. And as soon as I let go, I realized what an imperial mongoose I'd been. And sure enough, my opponent saw it. He played bishop g4, skewering my rook and queen. I'd made a foolish mistake.
But sir, your only mistake was thinking this was a mistake. The boo-boo here is your assessment. You can continue with your plan. Your best move is rook g3, pinning their bishop, thus protecting the queen.
Well, fry me a kipper and fetch my cape. Of course, it seems so obvious now. But I didn't see it, and I played e5, which they took with their rook. And now I choose to get out of the imaginary bishop pin by centralizing my queen. They took my rook, and I exposed my own king, recapturing with g takes f3. They moved their king to the safety of f8, and I moved mine to f2. They played knight h5. I brought my remaining rook to the open g-file. I imagine that losing that rook has put me in a terrible position, and you'd suggest resigning.
Your position is weaker, sir, but I've already learned resigning at this level is not wise. There is still something to learn, and your admirable resilience may well be rewarded with good luck.
Absolutely, Belly, dear boy, well said. You see, they went for a check, hung their queen, and resigned.
Congratulations on the win, sir. Here are your kippers and cape.
What? That was only a joke, my friend.
So was your performance in that game.
You cheeky beggar. Now all that remains is to thank my opponent and our brothers and sisters in Ireland, and also to all at chess.com for being jolly good sports. Then a moment to reflect on what we've learned, then fetch ourselves a cuppa, then play chess.